Good morning, everyone. Also from my side. Let's see. I think we're a little bit ahead. So what will I be talking about? I will be talking about blockchain in Germany and argue for regulatory evolution, which is necessary for economic transformation through blockchain. I'm head of blockchain at Bitkom, and before we dive into it, let me show you quickly what I will be talking about in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So we'll give you an overview. So I hope now you can hear me better. I will give you an overview on the current state of blockchain in Germany. I will quickly talk about the regulatory developments that have happened in the recent years, then argue for the need for regulatory evolution, and look at the economic potential for transformation through blockchain. Of course, no keynote is complete without looking at the challenges and at the future prospects. And then in the end, I hope to have some concluding remarks and a kind of call for action. So before I dive into it, very quickly, why am I talking here? Philip has mentioned it, Bitkom. We're Germany's digital association, and for over 20 years now, we are promoting and advocating for the digitization of the German economy, of the industry, of the administration, and we do that together with our over 2,000 member companies. The blockchain working group, which I'm heading at Bitkom, is quite significant. We have over 300 members. We are active since 2016, so quite a few years, and also for quite a few years we have looked and asked different companies in Germany on the state of blockchain, and this is what I want to talk about right now. So where are we? Philip has already mentioned it. Well, we're definitely not in a bull market, so let's see what you here think and what the companies in Germany think. So quick show of hands in the audience. Who thinks that blockchain technology is an important technology of the future? That looks quite good. And who here thinks that blockchain technology is massively overrated and is only suitable for niche applications? Show of hands. Okay. So a few, very few. I think the numbers are a little bit different when we asked over 600 companies in Germany. 54% still think, so over half, that blockchain is an important future technology. And 37% think that blockchain is massively overrated. This number has gone up from 25% in 2021, so 2 years ago, a lot more people thought that it's like a very important future technology and not that many thought that it's overrated. I think we all know why this has happened, so there's a change of sentiment regarding blockchain. It's harder to explain the use cases, and this is why these events here are so important. This is why it's so important to argue for blockchain and show the useful use cases. The good news, on the other hand, is that I think we are out of this time where we had to explain what is blockchain. Nobody has heard the terms, and by now, 100% of the companies we asked know what cryptocurrencies are or have heard of the term cryptocurrency. So the times of explaining this magic internet money is over. A lot of people have also heard of NFTs, of Web3, and what I found quite interesting is that many companies have also heard of the terms like decentralized finance, regenerative finance, which are still in the grand scheme of things, if you talk about digitization in Germany, more niche applications, I would say. Don't hit me for this, but this is just how it is when you look at everything together. Blockchain offers great potential. This has also become clear, and I think 3 major areas have come up that show where there's a lot of potential for using blockchains. First of all, it's traceability of activities of all partners in the value chain. Secondly, I think it's as an interoperable interface and data for data analytics applications. And lastly, of course, for the big area of identity management of persons, of sensors, of machines. So very big areas of potential for using blockchain. So coming to the regulatory developments, I think we have seen quite a quite a lot in the recent years. So we had the blockchain strategy in Germany in 2019. We had the Electronic Securities Act, the Crypto Transfer Regulation, MiCA on the European level. We are this week definitely talking again about the digital euro as well. The Federal Ministry of Finance has issued a letter on taxation of currencies, of token. So quite a lot has really happened in the recent years. Why now is there a need for regulatory evolution? And I think it's for three reasons, basically, for three theses that I brought. First, I think as the numbers show, we have strong SMEs, we have the capability for becoming a blockchain hub in Germany, so we are very well positioned for a strong blockchain economy in the heart of Europe. Second, and it is more my personal opinion than Bitkom's, but I think Germany right now is not making sufficient use of this strong starting position that we are in. And this will lead potentially to losing attractiveness in the upcoming years. And that is my bias kind of as a blockchain lobbyist in Germany. I think we need a more professional and pragmatic approach to advocacy in order to address these challenges. So how can we use blockchain to transform the economy? If you ask the companies that are active or engaged with blockchain, you see that nearly all of them think that they can adapt existing products or services with the help of blockchain, 95%. And even 85% think that they can even create new products or services with the help of blockchain. So those that are engaged with it, that have looked into blockchain, quite a high number thinks that they can really make use of this technology, which I think is astonishing. However, and that is also really important, there is still a great deal of uncertainty regarding blockchain. While over 1/3 is interested and open-minded, 23% are still very critical and dismissive, and I think we have to leave them aside for a while at least, because we have to focus on the open-minded and we have to focus on the undecided. We have to make clear where there are benefits of using blockchain technology. We have to also make clear and be honest about the contra, so where it doesn't make sense maybe to use blockchain, in order to create this combination of interested and open-minded and convince the undecided to try out blockchain, to think about this, and then potentially use it to transform the German economy. This message, blockchain deployment is making only slow progress. You can see it, I think, in two ways. So slow progress, I think a lot of you or a lot of people listening to it have hoped for more in the recent years. However, slow progress is still progress. And I think that's the important message to take away from here. Because in basically all areas, you see that from 2021 to 2023, we have improved. So more companies are in the analysis and information stage. More companies are in the implementation and test phase of first projects. And also, very importantly, the number of companies that have not yet engaged with deployment has significantly decreased. So we see it's maybe not the speed and the pace we have anticipated and have hoped for, but we are slowly and continuously seeing development of deployment of blockchain adoption within the German economy. Well, challenges, future prospects, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about the virtual elephant in the room. Sustainability, it is a big factor, and I think it's also one of the big factors that in Germany, in the EU, people talk about and people connect with blockchain. Over half of the people, of the companies that we asked, think that blockchain technology consumes too much energy. And although also more than half of the respondents think that blockchain technology can be used for solving sustainability issues, carbon footprint in the supply chain, CO2 allowance trading, we really need to make sure and engage with civil society, with policymakers, with politicians, and explain, on the one hand, the developments that have been made in recent years regarding consensus mechanisms, new kinds of blockchains, but also, in all honesty, if we think about Bitcoin, We need to explain why it is and can be useful to use significant amounts of energy to supply a proof of work blockchain. I think this is important. There are good arguments against it, there are good arguments for it, and we need to engage in a pragmatic, constructive discussion with all kinds of societies and not have an echo chamber of people that think everything is going great, because the numbers don't show that at the moment, at least. And this will be a discussion that we have seen with MiCA in the EU, and it's a discussion we will have on the EU level, on the federal level in Germany for years to come. I'm pretty sure of it. Continuing with the challenges, there's also a lack of knowledge, of legal certainty, and of applications of blockchain. So I think the number of in-house, you see it, the lack of qualified personnel has remained really, really high. Looking at regulation, even though so much has happened in the recent years, and I think we have made tremendous progress, legal uncertainty has actually increased. So this is a question, I'm not really sure why that is, but the legal uncertainty, even though we have more clarity in regulation, people are more unsure about this, or companies are more unsure about this. What is good to see is that more people, more companies now see robust use cases. Not entirely sure if some of them just thought, okay, we're not using blockchain, so the robustness of use cases, we have to see where this goes, and we have to engage in this discussion. What is also really interesting is that the majority of all companies, and also of the companies that already discuss or use blockchains, see themselves as blockchain laggards, so being left behind. Especially if you look at all companies, a vast majority is among the laggards or left behind. But, and that is the good news, the companies that are planning to use blockchain or are already using blockchain, 7% think that they are at the top, and 28% think that they are among the forerunners. So I think the confidence of the companies, of the people that already use blockchain, is quite high, and we need to inspire this confidence and bring this out to more companies in Germany and explain the use cases, explain the usefulness. And this already brings me to kind of a few concluding statements. I think one of the numbers, because I'm a blockchain lobbyist, so for me this is an important number. 83% of German politicians have not yet understood the importance of blockchain. And I think it's really important that we engage with this, because unlike in this trustless environment of the blockchain and crypto realm, the political realm is based on trust. It's based on interpersonal trust, which needs to grow over time, which needs professional advocacy, and which needs to kind of set the limits of what we can do with this technology. And in order for this to succeed, we also asked how many of the companies think that we need an update of the blockchain strategy of 2019, because in blockchain years, 2019 is like decades ago, and 70% think that an update is really needed. And therefore, I urge everybody as kind of the proponents of blockchain technology, we need to think long term. We need to think what happens after the EU election. We need to think about what happens in 2025 after the federal elections. I know this is like still 3 or 4 crypto asset conferences away, but this is the thing where we can take progress further, and this is where we have to engage now with policymakers in order to make a difference in 2 or 3 years. And with these numbers, I want to give you the chance. They should be online right now, so those are brand new numbers that have just been published at 9, so 23 minutes ago. You can download them free of charge. They are unfortunately up until now only in German. If you ask nicely, I can send you my private slide deck, which I have translated. And then also, I would say, contact me on all channels. I will be here today and tomorrow. And with this, thank you very much. And I hand over to Marcel and to our next speakers. Thank you.